know if you can see me in here or not, but my name's Joe. This is my YouTube channel, and this is my RV. It's a 1977 GMC Eleganza, and I have been rebuilding and renovating the inside of it, and getting ready to drive to Alaska at some point. So I think this is part 4 in a series that I'm doing on this thing. In this one, I'm gonna do a new subfloor and put down the flooring throughout the whole thing. So that's pretty much it. We're gonna jump right into it. And before I start on this flooring, I am gonna install some extra lighting here and there that I have. So let's just jump right in. I'll show you guys what that looks like. So I have more of these kind of strip lights. These ones are like a softer neon look almost. I have these left over from my Toyota van build that I did. And I'm thinking these are gonna be cool right along this edge. And I've got a switch for the galley there that runs to these wires. So I'm gonna try those out. I gotta cut them open and solder some little stubs on there so I can hook it up to the 12-volt switched wire there. So I'm gonna solder that, make sure they still work before I glue them up. And here's how those look. Pretty cool light coming from them. I'm not super confident in my glue choice, but we'll see. Hopefully they hold. I have thought about taking some clear silicone caulk and doing a line there and a line on the bottom just to really make sure it's anchored in there, but really adds a lot of light for the kitchen. I think you'll really notice once the countertop is in. So kind of an afterthought, but just something neat to add in there. So yeah, pretty happy with that. And I still have somewhere, I don't know where I put it, but I still have probably the same length left to do something else with. So maybe I'll do another strip in the bathroom or something. We'll see, I guess. So I'm just now getting started on the flooring here. You can see I already removed it from this vertical piece there. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and get this stuff all ripped out and see what kind of shape the wood is in, and then I'm going to decide how to proceed from there. So we'll just jump right into it. Here's how it's coming so far. Everything came off right there. Wood was in pretty good shape up there, except there's a pretty rotted corner there. It's pretty solid about here back, so I'm gonna have to graft a new piece in there. And all this is really solid, but the glue on this coin mat stuff is pretty intense glue, and it's peeling a lot of the top layer of plywood off with it. So definitely gonna have to put down some kind of subfloor or something. But anyways, these things are a huge pain to get off. I thought they'd pull off a lot easier, but I don't know if you can see how cracked and, you know, dry rotted they are in the sun. So they're just tearing out and coming off in little pieces. So pretty self-explanatory how it all works. I don't want to bore you guys, so I'm just gonna go ahead and peel them all up and check back in once it's done. So I'll see you then. Well, it's a new day of GMC motorhome, and I got all the flooring out last night. And here's what we're left with. Not in too bad a shape, but a little splintery for sure. I actually met one of the previous owners, I think 2 owners ago or something, the guy who put all this flooring in. And when I was talking to him about the RV, he apologized for the flooring that he put in. I was like, oh, it's no big deal. But man, what a pain to take that stuff out. So Mike, if you're watching, whatever glue you used for this stuff, let me know what it was, because it was sure pretty sticky. And it looks like Mike did replace a piece of the flooring back here. Looks like it could have been a little rotted out. He replaced it back there, so nice that it's already done, but not real thrilled that there was some rot. I'd honestly replace the whole floor if 3/4 inch plywood wasn't so dang expensive. So this is what we got, and I'm gonna clean it up and overlay it with some 1/4 inch subfloor, glue it down and screw it down before we do any more flooring on top of that. First off, I'm gonna go ahead and fix that piece, cut that apart and graft a new chunk in. So let's go ahead and do that first. So here's what we got with all the rotted wood cut out. And I got this piece made with some notches in the bottom, and that drops nicely into there. And then this goes right there and hammers underneath this piece. So yep, those are going to be put in one at a time with some glue underneath and in between and all that, and that'll get screwed together. So I'm going to knock that out real quick, and then we'll be ready to do some subfloor on these steps. Here's what I got so far. I keep calling it subfloor. The word I'm really looking for is underlayment. This stuff is just 1/4 inch. It's called Revolution ply, and it's all 100% sustainable wood sources, and it's naturally sourced, and says it has no tropical hardwoods, for whatever that means. But it's pretty good stuff. I like it, as opposed to the 5mm Luan stuff, and it's a little bit cheaper and usually more consistent quality, so that's what I'm going with. And I'm putting it in with some of this PL3X adhesive. Stuff works pretty good for that. Here's how the repair came out. Nice and flush, really solid. And once the glue dries, I'm going to go ahead and treat it underneath with some anti-mildew primer. But anyways, yeah, put the glue down, put this stuff down, screw it in with some 3/4 screws, and it makes it nice and solid. So I'll go ahead and show you guys what that looks like. And that's pretty much all there is to it. I do think I'm going to do carpet up here on top, and the carpet's going to cascade down the steps. I haven't decided if I want to do the linoleum from here up one step maybe, and then this step is carpet, or just carpet the whole thing and then linoleum the rest. So we'll see. I'm going to knock this piece out, and then we're going to get started on the main floor in here. So jump right into it. So that's got the stairs done there. I think they came out all right. You know, there's a few dimples, little wavy spots, but like I said, I think I'm just going to have carpet over that. So that's going to hide really any and all imperfections. So now I'm going to set you guys up on the time lapse and start doing the main floor. I think I grossly underestimated how much adhesive I was going to need, so I may only get one sheet in now before I have to get more adhesive, but I'm going to go ahead and jump into doing that, and I'm really hoping that it's going to lay pretty nice and flat, and I won't have to deal with big dimples or craters where the screws are going to be, because that'll definitely show up in the linoleum. So we'll see. I'll put the first sheet down and we'll go from there. So yeah, let's check it out. So I just put down the first sheet. I did a time lapse of it, but my tripod wasn't tight enough and the camera just sagged down throughout the time lapse and you can't see anything that I did. So, but there it is. I was just about to wire brush the next piece and cut the next piece for there, but I noticed a little rotted corner right here. So I'm gonna cut this out and see what we can expose and see how to proceed from there. Let's check out this sunset real quick. How about that? And here's how it looks. Got it cut back to some mostly good wood. Not too bad. This was peeling up a bit, so I lifted it up, filled it in with glue, and then went and put all new screws in there. Got that sucked down. So yep, that's where we're at. But you know the drill, same as last time. So that's better. It's gonna be a miracle if this board fits on the first try, but we'll give it a shot. But it's not bad. Not as bad as I thought it would be. Maybe it will fit, actually. There we go. Look at that. That is perfect. Wow. Did not think it was going to come out that well. But that is perfect. Sweet. Alright. Now I gotta take it back out. And take it out, put the glue down, put it back in, screw it together. Easy. Well, it's a few days later, and I've been busy with some other stuff, but this is the completed underlayment, subfloor, whatever you want to call it. Just did it in 3 big pieces there, and then used up some scraps for back here, which I'm not too worried about. That'll be covered by a bed, but really happy with how it came out. There's no real low spots on the seams or the screws, so much more solid in here. Really pretty happy with it. So we got that, and out on the helicopter pad out here, I have this remnant of linoleum or vinyl or whatever from a Toyota van camper that I did. It's way down there. So I'm going to use this up for the kind of bedroom, bathroom, galley area. So I got my floor remnant in here. I'm going to go lay it out back there and glue it down, and I'm going to take it to about right here. And there will be one seam there with a metal threshold over it, And I just picked up another piece that will go from there all the way to the steps. So, yep, let's go ahead and stick that thing down. So basically the gist of this stuff is pop down some glue and you spread it out with a trowel, a real thin trowel in these real fine layers. And there's different types of glue. There's some that you know, you put on there, rake out, and then you're supposed to let it dry actually, and then put the stuff down once it's dry. It's real tacky that way. But this stuff I like to use, you just pour it on there, rake it out, and then flip the floor back. And then once it's all done, then I have a roller. I go over and roll it out. This stuff's really pretty easy to do and friendly to work with. And I probably end up putting it in like every camper and trailer that I do. Just, I like the idea of a flat one-piece floor. You know, just less areas for moisture to leak through into your subfloor and all that stuff. But here's going to be the trick, is me getting to the other side of that to then roll this hallway carpet back out. So we'll see. I was thinking I was going to do one of these moves. Oh, my cabinet doors don't turn off. Go. Easy as that. Some dirt off there. This vinyl stuff's real sensitive to folds and creases. If you accidentally fold it, it really shows. So you gotta make sure you're laying it down evenly. So I like to work from the middle out, like that. That way, if there's anything, you can kind of work any ripples out. I'm no professional flooring guy by any means, but it's worked just fine when I've done it this way in the past. So. Yep. There we go. So now I just got to go and trim up the edges. Now that my carpet's not going to move, or flooring's not going to move, trim the edges and then roll it out. We're good to go. Well, there's my flooring. in my van here. It's a little similar. This is what that remnant is from that I just put in that thing. But yeah, this is the last build I did. If you guys want to see more on that, let me know. I'll make a video about this thing. But here it is. I'd like to let it stretch out a little bit and get some waves out of it, but it's going to be hard with how cold it is, and there's a storm about to come in. But we'll see. I think it should be all right. I'll let it stretch out a bit and then cut it down to a more manageable size before I put it in that thing. So let's get to it. So we got the flooring cut down to a more manageable size, brought in here. I put in this little space heater that's usually in my bedroom in here, just so it's gonna maintain the heat throughout the night, and I won't have to run my diesel heater all night long, which I can. I just rather not. I don't think it'll be that cold. So I'm gonna get this stretched out and see if I can trim it a little more and get it fit up. So I'll check in with you guys here in a minute. So we got the second rough cuts made here. It's looking pretty good. Nice to see some flooring in here. You can see the stripes are just a little bit off, and I can kind of tweak them, but hard to get them to stay there. So the plan is to start, peel back here, lay the glue down, and start from here out. So I can start with the stripes lined up and just iron out wrinkles towards that direction, because otherwise we'll just be chasing that 1/16 of an inch all day. But yeah, I got some run under here, so that way when I build this cabinet, put the walls in this cabinet, it's gonna pinch the sides and hold that down. And I got it running under the heater cabinet. It just seems like a good thing to do. It'll get insulation on top of it in there, but it seems worthwhile. And then this wall piece will come down and hold the floor there. Same with these and those. And then I decided the carpet on the stairs is gonna come all the way down. I was gonna do linoleum up on the first step maybe, or this face of the first step, but I just decided carpet on all the steps would look nice. So that's the plan for that. And I'm gonna leave an overlap on the sides there for the walls to come down and cover. And they'll just be curled up and it'll be like a bathtub. So if water spills in here, it'll stay in here. It's not gonna leak out the sides and rot out the corners of the panels or anything like that. So that's the plan. It's looking pretty good so far, I think. So let me get to gluing. And the floor is all glued down. It's a pretty big piece, but it worked out pretty good. There it is. And on the corners, since something else is going to be holding that down, this stuff doesn't crease very easily. It kind of makes a sweeping curve, and it peels up from the glue on the edges. So while the glue cures, I have these little scraps that I just nailed into the subfloor real quick to hold that and keep all those edges tight. And this I'm gonna glue up and trim a little bit later when I'm ready to fold carpet over on top of that. But it came out really nice. I'm really happy with it. And those lines couldn't be more perfect for just eyeballing one piece to another. I'd say that looks pretty dang good. You wouldn't even be able to notice the seam on camera if I didn't point it out. But obviously there it is. And I have a piece of threshold, just some aluminum that's gonna cover that. And you won't even notice. So there it is. Just started snowing. It's snowing pretty good. Kinda. It's hard to see, but I'm gonna leave the heater on overnight in here. Help that glue cure. I may come back in a few hours and just roll it again and make sure everything's nice and tight before I go to sleep. So I'm gonna do that, and I'll check in with you guys tomorrow morning. So the flooring is officially done in this thing. You know, a few more things I can do. This is the threshold that I have that I'm gonna put down on the seam, and I gotta make all the kick panels and do all that, but that's going to be in another video. That's going to be it for this one. So in the next time, you're going to see a lot of cool things happen. I'm doing carpet up front, and I'm doing a ton of finishing work. So stay tuned for that. And the next video should be out here real soon. But yeah, in the meantime, thank you guys for the 500 subscribers. I'm just in shock that many of you want to see me work on this thing. So I'm just going to keep coming at you with it. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, hey, you're still here? What are you doing here? Get out of here. Go to bed. Go do something. It's over. The video is over. See ya. Ooh.